And here comes our first crew of the day, and they've already got the jet ski over by the dock, but of course the real struggle, the old single jet ski trailer, as he is struggling to get it back into the water. So are we going to load the ski 2 up? I'm not 100% sure why. Maybe our guy just wanted to go for one more ride with his buddy before they put it away for the day. So he's pulled out, and he's going to have to try and back it down one more time, but welcome back, crew, to the greatest show on earth, and that is the Miami Boat Ramps channel. I'm your host, Broncos Guru, and today we are down here visiting Boynton Beach. So he's got the trailer coming back at an angle this time, but I mean, I guess it's away from the dock. It's in the water. I probably would just leave it and let them try and load it. So I guess his buddy's had enough riding 2 up with his friend as he gets off the ski. And they have to watch out for that boat as it was drifting toward them a little bit. But here we go. Now they're going to try and load it on. Maybe not. As our guy pulls forward a little bit again. Oh, man. I wish we could see that because he was so close to running over that trailer with the ski right there. So our guy's out of the truck. Man, they've got this one deep. Curious to see how this load goes. So a little bit of a funky angle. Finally pulls forward a little bit. I think that's the right call. It looked pretty deep the first time I saw it. And really on a jet ski trailer, you don't need much water. These things only draft a few inches. And I'm pretty sure he's missed. I can't tell, or is he still trying to get it lined up? And I'm going to call the first attempt a miss for sure. So here we go, attempt number 2. And it looks like he's got it on that time, and they should be good to roll. Oh, this is one of the worst times for us down here at Boynton, as this sun just winds up glaring us out, even with filters on the camera. So we've got a jet boat coming in toward the dock right here in front of us, and it's kind of doing that slow roll drift to the port side for the dock. So Cap's coming in slow though, not a bad pace at least. And now the stern's kicking around for some reason. And he's got to watch out for the boat behind him. And they wind up pulling that boat over a little bit, and he's just going to sneak by. So it looks like Wifey's gotten out of the boat. She now has the bow line, but the problem is they're the wrong way. So you're backwards. You can't load the boat on the trailer this way. Now, I know some people are like, oh, you could just leave it, but the reality is you're going to have to flip it anyway. So I'm not 100% sure what the plan's going to be here. It looks like Cap's left the helm and the boat. And he's on the dock, and they're going to try and flip it around. The wind is going a little bit down here. You can hear it through the microphones a little bit. And we just saw a little sea ray kind of sneak into our camera angle right there as well. So the crew is doing what they can. I mean, at least they got all the fenders out on this thing. So they've at least got protection from whatever damage they may try and cause here. But there's not a whole lot of action going on this one. So it looks like I can see Wifey on the stern. She's got a line in her hand, it appears. And I'm assuming it's from that port side. So they can try and spin it. Now he's just got to walk it back. Again, the wind's fighting him a little bit. So they're struggling on trying to get this one off. But if Cap can just keep pushing it back and try and spin that nose around. They do have a boat behind him as well, so they have to be careful. Looks like he's trying to walk it to the face dock. But I mean, man, I'd just give this thing a good push. Get some lines on that port side. Give it a good push. Grab that bow line and just start walking it forward. But they are struggling to try and figure that one out. So the crew is still trying to work it out. And in that process, here we're going to see some jet skis. There's a jet ski trailer in front of him. And it looks like he's going to try and thread the needle here and go in between the two boats to try and see if they can load their skis. And the old Sea Ray that we saw come in earlier, over here on the right, they're coming in on the dock now as well. Kind of a busy day down here, a lot going on. And our crew there looks like they're going to miss on the first one. They got to be careful. They got some bow riders up there standing up, and we don't want to see anybody go in. But Cap's going to miss on his first attempt and have to back out on this one as well. So our first ski was able to thread the needle over here around the jet boat. And it looks like we've got a second one coming in as well. And I'm guessing this crew's paused any efforts or attempts to try and flip this thing around while these skis come by and load. I mean, in theory now, I guess he could walk it over to the other dock. They can walk it around and tie it up on the other dock and be just fine. But again, that's the struggle. You see the flag. The wind is just absolutely whipping down here. And here we go. The other vessel that missed the first time, it looks like they're going to miss on a second attempt as well. Just to show you that the struggle is real down here at Boynton today as these crews fight this. Man, these other two boats are going to hit. The jet boat is doing what we talked about earlier. It looks like he's going to try and walk it around the face dock, but it looks like the Sea Ray is going to wind up colliding into him now. And they're just going to miss. As the cap of this boat's going to have to try and walk it back around. When the wind is whipping down here, it is absolutely crazy how difficult it is for these boats to get it together, as you can see. And we've got a ski kind of floating there in the middle of them, probably trying to figure out what they're going to do on getting out of here. And it looks like the jet boat, I'm assuming they've given up on trying to flip it around. Maybe they're just going to walk it over to the other dock. And then the white vessel here, they're trying to come back around onto the dock. But the struggle is real. There we go. It looks like they're finally going to get it around and get it over. And hopefully be able to get this thing out of here. And speaking of getting out of here, we're going to go ahead and get out of here as well. Thanks for watching, crew. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Miami Boat Ramps. If you did, please check out our other content. We have Wavy Boats, who does a bunch of great things down at the inlets. My channel, Broncos Guru, do some great comedy boating videos there as well. And of course, we got Boats vs. Haulover, where man and machine take on Mother Nature down at Haulover Inlet. And if you guys haven't already, go ahead and drop an anchor on the subscribe button here.